Alright, on this video I'm going to show you how to install the LPG/CNG carburetor on the GX10 series. Alright, it's the smaller generators that run from about 2.2 kVA to about 4.5 kVA. I'll be using the Fireman 39900 series as the example, but it's pretty generic. Okay, spanners you would need 10mm flat, a plier, and a 10mm socket, sort of, right, or a T. I'll pause videos at intervals when not required and walk you through it. Sample of one of them is here, the carburetor is here, and we'll also include that. Alright, so let's begin. First thing is to turn off your tap and open up your air filter box. Alright, take out this. You have 4 screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, forgot to add a star screwdriver. So in certain cases you might have 8mm sockets here, and in this case we have star studded screws. So take note that you would need to take off these. Alright, so I'm doing that now. So I've taken out all 4. I have to skip to that point. Then in front here you have 10mm, 10mm, and then at the back here another 10mm bolt. So I would screw this point and go ahead while I use the 10 socket or 10T to unscrew this point. Alright, so that is done, and this is free to go. Take off this hose, and this is out. Okay, now this pipe takes petrol from the fuel tank to the carburetor. In some cases this could be very hard or very brittle. Alright, so you might have to replace it. In certain cases you might not. This is still very soft and would come out easily. Next, very important, pull back a bit. Look at this point. You've got a retaining spring there, pulls off easily, and you've got this, pulls off easily. Drag down and it's out. Note that there's a gasket there and it should remain there. Sometimes the gasket could come out on this point, so you would remove it and place it at the bottom there. So carburetor is out. Okay, so we've got the carburetor now, the LPG CNG carburetor. Alright, this has small switches between LPG and CNG at this point here. Alright, and basically it could tune it for fine-tuning the amount of gas you would want to go in this direction. So it's pretty much the same design. Alright, they're basically the same thing. Only difference is this has a port at this point that allows gas to go in this way. Okay, so I'm going to install it now. Okay, installing. Don't forget these guys. And then don't forget the spring. There. Okay, I think I missed that. Let's do it again. Yep, it's in. I would fold it so it's works really well. Yeah, there. Okay, petrol hose and the clip. Okay, then you would need to install your choke. Okay, there. So choke opens and closes. That is fine. Why am I getting a blurry video? So it started raining, so I'll have to shout. Okay. So we're basically just doing a reverse of everything we just did. Screw behind. We don't need this anymore for now. We install this screw at the back and then these other two in front. So properly tight, and this is what it looks like on this side. Okay. All right. So don't forget our 4 screws. Like I said, and I have the screws. This would be either 8mm or, like I found on this design, we have star studded screws on it. Alright, so this is ready. Then install your cleaner and then the cover. Alright, then open up your petrol. I am going to start the test by running on petrol first, and then after that we will now run on gas. Okay? So turn on the gen like a regular gen, pull the choke, Alright, so it's important to note that you cannot use petrol and gas at the same time. So if you are going to switch to gas, which is what we're going to do now, you would have to empty out. First of all, you would have to lock up the petrol and run the generator like this until all the fuel finishes. Then start using gas. Alright, you notice that there is a screw there. I'm going to use it to drain all the petrol in the carburetor. So I'm draining all that. I've locked it up, but I'm draining all the petrol in the carburetor so that it doesn't confuse the system between petrol and gas. Alright, you can see that it's draining there. All the petrol in the carburetor, because we're going to be using the gas system. So we can't use petrol in the carburetor at the same time with the gas. So we'll drain it all out. That's another way of emptying it. Alright, we're done. Then you lock it up. So we only had to do this because we had to show you a sample of the generator working with petrol. Done. Don't forget to always clean up any spillage. All spillage of petrol, clean it up. Okay, just clean it up, wipe it up. All right, so that you don't have a fire. Okay. All right, we don't need this cover anymore. So now we're going to install the gas pipe. It goes here. Please hold this camera for me. It's recording. Place your hand at the back and then push firmly. Alright. Then the clip. Very important. So you ensure that there are no leaks. Tighten it up. Done. Okay. Now come to the gas cylinder. It's your basic gas cylinder. Install and open it up. Now let me note, there is now pressure in the gas pipe. So between the gas cylinder, follow my hand, sir. Between the gas cylinder and the pipe, there is pressure right now, but you don't have gas wasting. Gas isn't getting into the system or anything, because the action of this device here only works when there is a vacuum, which means when the carburetor begins pulling air, that's when this starts working. So there's no fear of probably you left your gas cylinder connected and it's wasting your gas or all that. That doesn't happen. For safety reasons, yes, you could remove the gas cap each time you don't want to use it, but if you don't want to do that, leaving the system like this is also fine. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to start the generator. So start your gen. You don't necessarily have to use the choke like you used to. It's not that same kind of system, so you can just leave it to run. And yeah. Okay. And it's as simple as that. So I use this, or it's meant to adjust. If you are running on CNG, there's a setting for it. It's basically just to fine-tune it. When it runs smooth, just let it go. If it's running too rough, adjust until the engine is running smooth. That's all. So basically that's all. It's pretty straightforward. Thank you.